Can you imagine being 116 years old? Well, I really can't imagine being 116 years old. Now, there may be some people here at LifeWay that think I'm that old, but I'm not really that close. As I record this, the oldest person in the world is 116 years old. Now, compare that to LifeWay. LifeWay is 125 years old. Okay, you may say, well, I'm comparing a human to a non-human. I get that. But listen to this. The average lifespan of an entity or an organization or a corporation in all of the United States is only 40 years. And so LifeWay has been around for 125 years. Now, in the midst of this, LifeWay has never received any outside funds. We have never received any cooperative program money. We have never received any help at all from the Southern Baptist Convention. That's not a negative comment. That is simply to say, for 125 years, LifeWay has paid its own way and indeed given back to the denomination. Now, why am I saying these things? Because LifeWay, yes, has been around for 125 years, and there have been tumultuous times. You know the history of the Great Depression, but even more recently, you know the history of the Great Recession. And during those years, particularly between 2008 and 2010, we were as vulnerable to the economic forces as any other company, including those that have closed. And one of the things we want to see at LifeWay for the future is we want to make certain that LifeWay is poised for the future. One of the things that we've done around here is a little phrase that may mean very little to those on the outside. It's called One LifeWay. At One LifeWay, we are saying that we will operate as one entity. Certainly we have the retail store. Certainly we have our resources division that publishes curriculum. Certainly we have the B&H imprint that does books, and I could go on and on to the different areas and events at LifeWay. But we are operating more and more as One LifeWay for efficiency, for synergy, and to make a greater gospel impact. One LifeWay is huge to the future of LifeWay and to the future of our operations within this nation, within the world. One LifeWay is important. Now, you may have also heard that we've sold our facilities. Well, here's the reality of it. We owned 10 city blocks in the central business district of downtown Nashville. We had 1.1 million square feet under roof. We had 9 different buildings. It was an outrageous overuse, and it was a need that we would never have. And I could get into the history of why we had so many different buildings and so much space. But the reality of it is we need about 250,000 square feet, not 1.1 million. The right stewardship move to make, despite sentimentality that may be attached to the buildings, historical import that is there, I get that. The right stewardship move was to sell and to build a new, more efficient building. That's what we're doing. We've recently announced we'll be moving to a development called Capitol View, just about 4 or 5 blocks north of where we are right now. An incredible location in the midst of walking trails, retail establishments, other office buildings, restaurants, mixed use, residential, and the list goes on and on. It'll be a great place for our employees who work in corporate. A great move also for the future as we become better stewards of the funds that God has given us. Also in the midst of this, we are surprisingly, in a world that is not seeing brick and mortar retail do very well, we're seeing turnaround take place there. We've had to make some difficult decisions there as well. But now we're seeing some of the greatest days of our Christian retail, of our brick and mortar stores that we have seen, and we are incredibly excited. I could go on and on. I just want to mention one other thing before I leave this video. B&H, our book imprint, now has become the premier Christian book publisher. Now get this, the recent Christian Retailing Awards where they announced and named the best books of the year, there are 25 different categories. B&H, your B&H of LifeWay Christian Resources won 20 out of 25 Christian Retail Awards. That's just a sample of how things are going at LifeWay. Certainly we have challenges. Certainly there will always be before us the challenges of the future. But here's the reality. God is working through us. LifeWay is seeing some great days now. Greater days, I believe, are truly ahead. And so I thank you the constituency called the Southern Baptist Convention, our owners, for being there, supporting us, and letting us know that you truly care about the future of LifeWay as we move forward into a great and exciting day.